Hey everybody, still here for the Daily Market Pulse. This is for Monday, April 14th. So we saw stocks actually bouncing relatively well today, stocks rising, but they did so in lower volume, so everything still remains everything below the 8 moving averages. Still in a correction thus far, and I'm still thinking there's more pain to come. I think we need to watch out for tomorrow, quite frankly, into Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. Dow Jones coming back and bouncing off essentially a kind of a pivot area from mid-March back into the 50-day moving average, but below a declining 8 as well as a flat 20. Um, Bullish candle, but we also had one 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and no big deal there. So there's still a trend, as you can see, lower lows, lower highs here in the last little bit. So 16,000 remains a support area. Below that, we're probably looking at 15.7, then all the way down to 15.4. So that's that one. S&P came into the around the 1820, 1815 areas, all the way into 1800 will be kind of the important spot and level. If there's any kind of a flush, you got a window right below there at 1800. You got a window at 1775-ish or so, all the way to the 200-day moving average near 1760, 1765 right now. So all of that is game, I believe, into going into tomorrow, when we may see the beginning of a massive flush if it occurs at all. That's where it may happen. Let's look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's already come out of the original long-term channel, and it's the intermediate channel. It's in this area where it kind of bounced up. It was kind of a inverted hammer of sorts Friday, bouncing off this 39.95 area, but back toward 40.50, 40.65, where resistance will be as high as 4100, maybe higher, but certainly right now those are the levels I'd be looking for. And again, a flush into the 200 or possibly lower is all possible. In fact, I'm going to extend this blue area right here. I think this is going to be kind of a spot to watch out for into 3900 or so. Okay, so from there, let's go to the TSX. So sideways continues, support right there at the 14,150 or so, into the 50-day moving average, which is right there as well. All the way to 14,000 potentially is always a likelihood as well. So let's keep an eye on those. Of course, resistance right above at 14.5. Let's jump right over the US dollar, Canadian dollar, and see what's going on there. So we had the bounce for this on Thursday and Friday, and then Monday just a slight pause right at a polarity right here at 110. This will be kind of an important spot here. It's got a nice bullish candle, bullish reversal, but we also have support right back at it again into 108.50. So let's see if they break above 110 into 110.75 to 110.80, or do they reverse back to retest the lows as we saw a little bit ago. Treasuries, with the markets up, treasuries were a little bit on the downside. Of course, it's not being reflected at the moment, but it should be. Let's see if I can get that candle show up now. Okay, so there's a little bit of a pullback into the 134 area for now, and that's fine. A little profit taking after the breakout above 134. No problem there. I'm not sure why it's not showing up, but it should be there nonetheless. Japanese yen, also a little bit of a pause here. These tops near the resistance area, polarity, pivot area near 99. Still looking like everything's going to hold and be strong where the moving averages are at a minimum. I would consider that a support area plus a chance for a breakout above all these levels as well. Gold, it continues its grind higher. Now it's getting ever so close to 1330, 1340, with room still above that into 1400, 1420 ultimately. Support back down into 1300 and as low as maybe 1280 naturally. Let's take a look at crude. So crude came in retagged, essentially the 104.50 area, the resistance pivot area from March. And reverse, you can see the candle form there. It looks like it's getting rejected, so I'm looking for a little bit of a drop. 103, maybe into 102.5 or so. Let's see how deep they take it, but obviously there's support all the way back into 101, but I don't really expect that. I think this could actually just pause and remain above 103, even for that matter. They're looking for a break above 105 and heading out to 107, 108. All right, let's go to the small caps, the risk on. Risk on, of course, we've known has been very much like the NASDAQ. This is already back into the 200. It's not quite at the pivot area at 108 as of yet, but that's another area to watch out for. Gapped higher today, went higher. went even lower, made a new low, but closed still in positive territory relative to Friday's close. But it's trying to stabilize here at these levels, but just watch again for the possibility of a big flush lower on these indexes in these markets and these instruments. The VIX gapped lower on the open as the markets had gapped up on the open, but held fairly steady here at the upper Bollinger Band, fairly steady above 16 with room still to 18, 19, and 21 in those levels. Obviously support right back into 1450. We hold that fairly secure.